One, this is the Pan-African Bliss Show every Monday to Friday, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. The Pan-African Bliss Show. Let's go. One, this is the Pan-African Bliss Show every Monday to Friday, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. The Pan-African Bliss Show.
Kiatu chini na ikitwao Jacobagi check. Luku ni ya winter na barafu kwenye neck. Mbota kwa mkono na kishada mbosho check. Mawazo kwenye check, mina dai shika Benz. Kiatu chini na ikitwao Jacobagi check. Luku ni ya winter na barafu kwenye neck. Mbota kwa mkono na kishada mbosho check. Mawazo kwenye check, mina dai shika kao bongi checks. Then atuko impressed. 247 tunashughulika hadi weekend. Switch or die, try and design your 50 cent. Na pita rosho for the money kama mchizi msem. Fika scene topa na kichwa kina kijazi. Pande hizi luku pepa flani toka 90s. Asalini kasi pesa basi hatubanji. Pepa love njuku sota huwanga ni crisis. Come slow kanairo ile jiji ya vices. Na ban slow kwa balkon nikiudhi majirani. Eyes low ma bling bling na mrembo ame relax. Fika jiji macho nyanya but the mind on the money. Mafala wana plan kutuangusha hatujali. Lazima kwa madawa wakidhani it's working. Busy kijipa wanadhani dati money braga unaweza uliza hadi Nadia na Kai. Nipate one man energy ya mtu 30 top daya kuretire 5 star generali. Nipate 1 to 5 kama mtaka sarani top laga hizi pande kama Edison Cavani. Kiatu chini na ikitwao Jacobagi. Luku ni ya winter na barafu kwenye mbota kwa mkono na kisha mbosho. Mawazo kwenye check, mina dai shika. Kiatu chini na ikitwao Jacobagi. Luku ya utana barafu kwenye mbota kwa mkono na kishada mbosho. Mawazo kwenye check, mina dai shika.
Yes, karibuni sana family to another beautiful episode of the Pan-African Bliss right here on the Black Hot Fire Network Media for the 21st century. My name is Joby. To the first time listeners and viewers, I hope you guys can get me loud and clear on which platform you are listening to me from. Shout out to everyone on Facebook. For those who shall be streaming in, for those who shall be streaming via YouTube, karibuni sana. And of course, in case you are on the radio station, karibu sana. Kindly remember to keep your comments coming through the live stream. I'm right there and I'll be checking in on your comments. The website is back, and today I think we shall be literally doing the show over there, rather watching a movie, because remember we have a movie night during the night. So we shall be looking forward to see what's up, because we still have some pending discussions that we were to discuss yesterday. But since we couldn't do it on YouTube, we're looking forward to see what how the program shall literally just be, going till the end, rather before the end of the day. It is exactly 16 minutes past 1 p.m. And of course, it's a beautiful day today. It's not that cold. The sun is out, but I'd love to hear from your end. How is the weather? I remember Keith complaining yesterday of cold, and most of you are complaining of also cold, and we're speaking a lot when it comes to global warming, climate change and a lot, and we know how things are literally going right now, in most parts of the world. But we shall be getting into that and much more of the discussion that we shall be having today. Karibuni sana once again. As for discussion, we shall be talking about something very interesting. It's just last week we were talking about Dr. Phil, or rather Keith also Keith discussed that about Dr. Phil calling out on Black people to stop demanding for reparations, or because apparently this is gonna make white people mad or sad. But apparently it's not just him. We have so many white people who feel like they have the power to speak on behalf of the Black Americans, or literally the African people, and what they really went through. And we shall be talking about Matt Walsh. I don't know how many of you know him. He happens to be having a show. I just bumped into him and checked on his page. It's just a coon who's being used to, talk nonsense and bullshit. But yes, he said that, colonization to Black American people, it's not something that, it's actually something good. We should not be talking about colonization, because this is something that has brought life to most of the Black Americans, and we shall be getting deeper into this, because I'm like, you also question, like, what do Africans have to offer when we're telling African people, the Black American people, to come back home? We shall be getting deeper into that. But karibuni sana once again. I see Keith already in the building, and you're saying that if the back, yeah, it is back. I told you, I texted you, it is back. I even texted you. The network is back. It's working correctly. Yes, and thank you for checking in. K. Williams, karibu sana. You're saying what's going on? I'm good. I hope you are amazing. I bet you are at work. And thank you so much for tuning in. I began with some amazing banger released an hour ago by Danny Talks. He's one of the guys we literally work with right here on the Blackout Fire Network. He's behind the camera, and that is on the Saturdays, especially on What's the Radar show. And of course, shout out to him, and shout out to also Richard the Messenger. I'll be playing this one by him, Richard the Messenger, Game Time too, and I hope you guys get to enjoy this. We shall be back with the quote of the day as we get straight ahead with the matters of the day. And of course, let me also, if you have any quote of the day, in case you'd love to share any, I'm ready to receive some positivity all the way.
Starting out, I just wanted to be the greatest. See my mama creep going through these faces. Get on stage, do my dance, make the crowd crazy. Then go backstage and I'm watching all these clap nigga faces. But you was a real nigga, but you held it down to the people you were fixed in the name. I know these niggas' names and where they live, and I swear they God, you don't know which I go for me.
Facts, I just wanted to rap, I just wanted to tour the whole world with my squad. I just wanted to buy a few houses for my mom, so I just wanted to be an inspiration to the masses. Na dissect ganza lakini testicle damage. Matatuto maskuwaru kutakani imesepa hadi Kiseria.
You see me in the streets, the big up the Christopher Wallace. I've been at this thing for a long time. You can never take my shit for granted. You can never ever make a nigga see the same vision that you ain't. No, fuck loyalty, not the respect. The only time we get breads when you prove to me you won't tell.
Those lips and ships at the hotel. Yes, and my quote of the day today says, I can manifest whatever I choose. And yesterday, before I winded up the Africa Today show, I said, believe in yourself and everything that you want to do. Don't listen to what someone is telling you can't. And remember, you have power of thyself. It's all mental. Again, remember also that you have power of thyself, but it's all mental. You can't claim you have power to manifest everything, or you believe you can get everything you want while your mind is full of negativity. You're full of shit. You're full of, you can't. You have to be very straightforward. You need to put emotions into it. You need to be, you need to mean it, and you need to be very, very positive to be able to attract what you want. So yes, that's my quote of the day, and I'm passing the same on to you. Believe in the power of thyself, that you can manifest anything that you really want. But karibuni sana once again. My name is Joby. To the first time people who are listening, or the first time listeners who are literally right here on this amazing platform, this is the Blackout Fire Network media for the 21st century. It's all about listening, engaging, and transforming. The most important part, transforming, because you don't want to be given information and you walk out with an empty brain. We want you, with every information we're giving, at least let it put an impact in your life, or learn something out of it. Take some skills out of it, before maybe you get to be able to be approached by such kind of circumstances that we talk about. How to approach it better, especially right here in Africa. But yes, karibuni sana. I see Keith already in the building. Shout out to you once again. K. Williams, shout out to you once again. You're saying that yes, I'm at work. It's the time is 6:17 a.m. and I bet it is 6:22. Thank you so much for tuning in. And you're also saying that Joby, did you hear about the JT down there in Africa? It's coming now, and he back up here. I didn't see that. And I don't know who actually JT is. I've not checked up on the WhatsApp messages on the group, but I'll check it out. I'm not sure. Kindly, if you can highlight on who's JT, and maybe I'll be highlighted on what is really, really going on. But just saying that I posted it on the WhatsApp. I'll check it out. That is maybe after the show. Then I'll be on the know of what is going on. But yes, like I said, today our focus shall be going into, well, Matt Walsh, this white guy who happens to be, a YouTuber, and he feels like now he can talk about the black people, on behalf of the black Americans, pain and everything. But we shall be getting into that. I'll be sharing a couple of the videos where he said colonization is the best thing, again, that has ever happened, to the black people, to the black American people, because right now, apparently, you have the best lives. If that didn't happen, you'd be living in shit. That is what he said. But he's saying that, JT, the bigger figure. Oh, JT, the bigger figure from, oh yeah, okay. Yeah, no, he's not a scammer, actually. I'm so sorry. He's not a scammer. He actually works with a friend of mine. Shout out to DJ Carter. And I think Keith can also testify to that. JT works with a friend of mine, and I believe according to what I've heard, I've not met him personally, but I've heard he has done a couple of positive things right here in the 254. I don't think he's really scamming people. Even as a banger, I think I'll wind up with that as I wind up the show later on. He has a banger, he released. I don't think he's literally scamming people. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, I know JT, the bigger figure. I've known him from a friend, and the song they released with him. But I'm not, the scamming part, I've not heard about it personally. But as we start with the show of today, I want to take you through what is going on in Kenya. And today is actually Maandamano Day. And this was called off, you remember yesterday on the Rhythm Scoop show, if you were tuned in, or rather if you did catch up with it, one of the discussions we were having is the call off of this particular demonstration, because from the word go, when the opposition leader Raila Odinga called on people to go demonstrate, one of the agendas, which was the key agenda, was for people to go demonstrate about the cost of living. And along the days, we saw, they were able to talk with Ruto, and they were supposed to literally discuss, all this dialogue. They call out on a dialogue. They was to discuss about it, but apparently it ended up being, not how it was expected, because I think for Raila, he has an agenda, and for him, he's looking forward to see literally how did the elections end up, because one or two ways the elections were stolen. The CIA still knew who the president was supposed to be right here in the 254 and the rest of the African countries. But the agenda of our opposition leader is not about the rights of the people. It's his own agenda, but he's using people to fulfill his own agendas. And shout out to the youth, actually. I don't know if they were paid, but we had some youth who came out yesterday in some parts of Kibera. I saw that on Twitter today. And they were demonstrating actually yesterday, and they said they want Kibera is a peaceful place, because if you look at most of these politicians, they go to slums where people are living in poverty in Africa, where people are brainwashed, where we see them. These are the people who are being made to believe in religion, keep on waiting on Jesus as we keep on taking away the wealth that you're supposed to be having. Keep on paying tax, but you keep on praying to Jesus, but you'll not be able to understand anything that is going on. But we saw some youths yesterday. They came out and demonstrated and said that we do not need a chaotic demonstration. As a matter of fact, we do not need no demonstrations. And at this point, I think I'm like, yeah, that is quite amazing. If you're not paid and you're speaking this from, it's you guys uniting and you're seeing the effect that these demonstrations are literally impacting in your life, then well and good. You don't have to go outside there demonstrate just because Raila Odinga said demonstrate. You need to go out as a citizen, knowing what's your agenda. Why am I going out to demonstrate? Is it because the cost of living is high? Because I can't take my child to school? Because I have relatives detained in hospitals? Or what is going on? If you're just going there, like now, the situations we're seeing right now, Kenya is at a very, very bad state. And these are actually, they're using this. And I believe it's actually Ruto doing this personally. This has nothing to do with even the demonstration that was supposed to be held today. I mean, yes, this guy has an agenda, but at the end of the day, I think these two people are working together, and there's a certain agenda. It's either the life of the people, or it's either to fulfill whatever they really want for themselves. It's either the life of the people, because remember the last demonstrations we had a couple of citizens who were killed. We had a couple of citizens, I think there were 3 of them, innocent, even including a student, a university student. They were shot on live bullets. But if you look at all this, we have the president, we have the oppositions. These two, God knows behind the back, like we know with still the same opposition, The same opposition with the 2007 elections, when we had people killing each other, and I can pull that article out and even the documentary of it. When we were having people in 2007 killing each other because of tribalism bullshit, Kibaki and Raila Odinga were drinking tea at Java in 2007 election. They were laughing, shaking hands, and they were very okay. Nothing was literally in their world, everything was okay. But in this other side of the earth, this other side of the world, people were literally slaughtering each other. People were paid to slaughter each other. People were paid to burn churches down. It is crazy. It is crazy. And I think at this point, citizens need to understand what we are under attack. And we are under attack by being used. They're slowly wiping us out by using us because we're so ignorant, we're so blinded not to understand how politics works. It's crazy. And I understand the fact that we do not understand how politics works because we've not been given that education. Our mindset have not been allowed to literally broaden and think beyond. We are locked. It's like we're locked in the minds. We cannot literally expand our thoughts to see the reality from just what we're shown. It's like I said yesterday, we live under programming. We live under the programming of what you're given, that is what you believe in, that is what you feed on. And it's crazy. But before I share what is going on, because we're seeing right now, early in the morning we had, let me get to share this. Early in the morning we had people who rose very early in the morning. They were burning down matatus. They did put on fire blocks and everything. It is just chaotic. And remember, mind you, the demonstrations have not even yet begun. I think they have begun because I see some political members who are. Let me just share my screen on that, what is going on. But what I'm just asking as this goes on to the African people, every time we get an idea, let us focus on our agenda, because their lives are going to be lost today. And Ruto has said that he's going to deal with the demonstrators very accordingly. Let me use the term that he said he's going to deal with the demonstrators very, very well. We also had the deputy president also warning us, that was on Sunday, telling us that people should not go out demonstrating. And we had Raila Odinga some few weeks ago. He said that there are people who have, how the government has planned everything. How does he even know? That is my number one question. How does he know that, people are going to be paid? There's some real guns that are going to be used among these demonstrations, knives, and a number of people are going to be killed. If this is not an agenda being planned between the two parties for them to fulfill and satisfy their needs as they continue with the Agenda 2030, I mean, low-key, what if that is what is just happening? Because that is what I feel like, that is what is happening. Let me share this. Let me see if I can find a better. That is noisy. Let me see if I can find a better video. Earlier demonstration. See. Can you guys see my screen? I don't think you guys can see my screen. All right, there we go. Okay. So this is the situation, how the situation was earlier.
from
the situation, how the situation was earlier, we had matatus being throwing stones at each other, cars, and everything. It's just chaotic right as we talk. It's chaotic, and I don't know. We're gonna keep you updated as the day goes on to see how everything is gonna be. But I'm just saying, I hope Africans, we can realize we don't need to be causing. We don't need to be doing this. The moment we're doing this, we're destroying the nation. We're not making the economy even way better. The moment you're burning down these public services, they're gonna take the same money they were supposed to be helping you with, and buy. They have to literally come up with other new means of transportation. You can't go destroying the public means of that, and that is what you depend on. You can barely even afford a car, and you're going burning people's things down. We need to be very, I don't know, thoughtful. I don't know what's the term I'm supposed to be using. We need to stop acting like children, because these are childish behavior. At this rate, this one is a childish behavior here. This one now gives me the childish mentality. It's only a child who's gonna go doing reckless things because they do not have the straight mentality. It's only a kid. This is so shameful, to see that we have people who have the real agenda of demonstrating, but we have other people, I don't know, being paid to do all this. But at the end of the day, you're going to be paid 1,000 bob to go destroying people's property. $10. For how long is it going to feed you? And again, always we go back to the point, even if you're given how much amount of money, we've not been taught financial literacy. How can you even use your own money? It's crazy. If you can't understand the worth of the public side, the thing, come on, we need to be better. We need to be reasonable. This is just super crazy. This is so crazy. Literally, this is actually where we had the previous studio, along where we had the studio, like, the previous studio where we had it. That is along that particular path. So if you were there today, probably would not have gone to work, would be indoors. But apparently on this particular other side of the world where we are at, imagine nobody is bothered. Literally no one is even bothered about demonstration. No one cares. No one cares. Literally at this is the place I've not seen people demonstrating. It's so peaceful. Even during the election time, I remember I was so scared, but I remember people telling me this is the most secure place. People are literally ever unbothered about anything. And I see it. People wake up, go to work it's a normal day right here. But on these other sides where we have slums, where they want to get the attention of the people because of the poverty mentality, it's just crazy. Like, we do have slums also around here, but damn, on this other side, it's crazy. And you can imagine along that particular path, it's not even, we don't really have that much of slums. Ngong Road, we have literally people who have posh apartments, some cute apartments, expensive ones, literally. And you're like, why is it chaotic? But this, I believe personally, it's either goons paid to make now the demonstration look like it's a chaotic thing. One, it say that these two opposition leaders are also working together. There's a certain agenda, and it's aiming the people, and the people do not know. The other thing I'd say is now for citizens to figure themselves out. What do you want? Do you want to wake up, go burning people's shit down, or are you willing to make a change? Because the moment we start doing this, we're not making any change. We're making the country collapse even more and more by making it look super shitty. Super shitty. Can you imagine the images that are going to be shown all over the world? What is happening right now? Or what we do is burn matatus. And this is why you see the African image is so destroyed. Because of even our behaviors. Our behaviors are so crazy. We have people behaving like, I don't know what outside here. Like dogs, like street dogs. I've seen a street dog which never knows where it doesn't know its own home. A street dog literally does not have a home. It's a street dog. There's some people behave like that. When they hear other street dogs coughing, they go along and just do other crazy stuffs. It's just crazy. We need to be better. And this is where you see, with what I'm about to share as we get into the topic of the day, because I have a lot to say about that. This is why you see these white people, they feel so entitled to even talk shit, whatever they are, about the continent, about the motherland, about Africa, about the African people. Can you imagine someone asking you, because this is what he asked the Black Americans, you want the reparations. What do you want to go to do in Africa? I mean, which African country can you settle in? And if you come to think about the images you've been shown, there's a lot you can live in for Africa. But with this type of images, this type of behaviors we still have, we're scaring people away. This to the African people in the continent. You need to be better. You need to man up. You need to woman up. I don't know how to call it. You need to become an adult and start reasoning like adults. Stop behaving like children. You can't attract opportunities or even be better by now destroying what is even the least that is even around you. How can you even go claiming for better when you can't take care of the least that you have? You can't value the smallest you have. And trust me, these people who are being used to even literally do this job, they have nothing. Shout out to one police officer. I had him, like, as much as he was beating that guy, but he asked that guy, you guys are part of the people who are literally destroying people's shops and everything. What do you have in your home? Don't you have something to take care of where you should be literally worried that these people should not come attacking your own home? What do you have that you want to come? You're so idle. You just wake up, come stealing in people's shop. People who have worked so hard for the least they have. And I'm not talking about the political coons and puppets that we have. We have people who have hustled their way out, in and out, up and down, to make a living and to be where they are right now. You see someone financially free, you should sit down with that person, ask them how they acquired their wealth. Not everyone comes from a silver spoon. There are people who are coming from the ground to become billionaires and millionaires they are. And it cost them blood and sweat, working day and night. And then you just a lazy person who's there asking the government every day and begging to make a change for you. You can't reason for yourself. You want to go destroying people's shop. I'd also kill you. I'd also get rid of you. No lie. This is so shameful. These are backward behavior. I mean, yes, we've seen demonstration in other countries like Italy, France, Haiti, but I'm not seeing anyone burning any shops down. We've just seen them, fighting with the police. I've not seen any shops being burnt down so far. I've not seen those people attacking each other. But when it comes to us, it's a different thing. It's 2023. We need to wake up. We're in the 21st century, not in the 5th or the 1st century. I don't even know how to call it. We need to wake up. That's all I'll say. We need to grow up. Stop moving like a flag which just goes by the wind. So crazy. So crazy as I get into the topic. But I see K. Williams is saying that what are they out there doing for? That is madness. Well, you remember, like I said, the demonstrations began. That was, I believe, in March. In the mid-March, actually, we had demonstration, like 3 of them. And you saw what really happened. We had some people who were shot and everything. The first time, Ruto was the one who literally caused all these deaths. That blood is on him, and I'd say that because if he didn't literally call the police to go attack the people who are protesting peacefully, none of that would have happened. But at this point, now the people who have gone beyond, there are those who are being paid to cause the chaos, to make the demonstration look chaotic, and there are those who are just idle, who want to go looting people's things. That is the madness part of it. It's crazy. Yes, Keith, it is crazy. I hope Spikes is safe wherever he is. I hope he's still not living there. And if he is, I hope he's really, really safe, because that area is also another one. That particular area there, it's another one. And I don't want to try imagine how it is there. I hope he's safe. But you're saying that, there was paid $10 to go out and do. Imagine it is possible, K. Williams. I'm not sure of the amount, but it is possible. These politicians go for people who are hungry, the youths who are hungry, and those who are drug addicts. And I think I'll show an example. We're gonna go back to the to the Thursday shows, the outdoor shows. It is tough sometimes, especially the media covering such kind of stories, because most of these people are goons. They can do anything to you. But if you do it look, if you find those people you can talk to in a homely way, they'd give you the stories. They would give you the stories. Trust me. They would give you the stories. If I'm to go back actually in my own hood where I grew up from, I can get such kind of stories. I can. So many stories where we have police who always lend uniforms, give out guns. Some people are paid some amount of money to get rid of someone. These are stories I've grown up around. I've grown up around slums, so I've seen all, not even just had it, I've seen it. I've seen guns being lent. I've seen a gun, and I've even touched a gun. It's crazy. It's crazy outside here. So it's possible. $10, they go for people who are drug addicts, idle people. They can be paid any amount of money to get rid of anything or anyone. That is possible. Because if I come to you, K. Williams, and you $10 is a big deal to you, it's a big deal. Do you know, to a slum person, $10 is a big deal. It used to be a big deal when economy was not the way it was like it is right now. But to someone who's living in the slums, trust me, $10 is a big deal. They do a lot of shopping, or maybe some shopping, those who really need shopping. But if you go to someone who is a drug addict, the first thing, and again I go back to where we're not taught financial literacy, you're going to be thinking is about your addiction and how much more you can really get from these $10. So once you go get your addictions right, you now go looting people's equipments and products and everything in shops. It's possible. Even $5. We see this even during political how are they called? During the campaigns, the political campaigns. And I'm telling you of something I've seen. I've seen people being paid some minimal amount of money, and they injured someone so badly. They injured someone so badly to the point he became crippled. You ever been like, they want to destroy you where you can't do anything? He was not to be killed. He was just to be beaten to the point he can never walk. And they were paid some little bit, I can't tell you, some little amount of money. It's crazy. This real shit, real life, I tell you. And just saying that them people out here, they are a bunch of thugs. They don't want no changes. Exactly. That's the problem. Like, we've been kept in the poverty mindset to the point where, and I don't know if I want to agree with Maria yet. I'm not agreeing with Maria yet. I still believe there are people who believe there's hope. They hope for a better leadership. But again, if you look at, there are people, yes, we've been kept in that poverty mindset to the point. There are those who do not believe in changes. Fact, they think like right now, since Africa is considered poor, according to what we're taught, we're not taught about the resources and everything. We're taught that the European people give the best. We can only get the best from the European. The presidents have set that example by inviting Bill Gates and all this Macron, I don't know who, to come and leave these agendas. And every time we see them on the media, people are always clapping. It's always the good, positive side of them landing, people singing for them. Who are you? What is your agenda? Nobody questions that. Especially in these people land, if you go through the comments of where the media post, mostly when they are posted, African people are like, I have a house which is unbuilt, unfinished. Tell Bill Gates to come and fund me. I need to finish that. You're like, what? Are you serious? You think even Bill Gates know who the shit you are? You think he even cares? And you think his thoughts is on you finishing even your house? His thoughts is not even you seeing that house being complete. You should be gone. By the time you're finishing about thinking, finishing your house, he's thinking about how you should be done. You're gone. It's crazy. But you're saying, but be safe, Joby, don't go nowhere near that. I won't. I can't. And I'm glad, actually. I was even questioning. I thought of Spikes today, and too bad I don't have his number. Maybe I'll tell Katie to ask on my behalf. But I hope he's safe, Because I was like, damn, what if we were working on those sides? Like literally, if the studio was on those particular sides, we'd not have gone to work today. Because it's a big, massive destruction going on there. Seen, there's blocks being, fire blocks, there's lorries being burnt down, matatis being burnt down. People are losing their jobs among this bullshit right now. There's someone who just lost their job because a truck was burnt down. And the boss called him, and the media is filming this, can you imagine? And telling him, we are sorry. They just want to get the questions. But how are you going to, by me answering the question and you guys cannot keep it calm right here? How am I going to get my job back? You're doing your job by questioning me. I've lost my job. Someone just lost their job because the truck was burnt down and the boss called them and they need the truck back. I mean, how are you supposed to handle such kind of a situation? You'd even go crazy. You'd go crazy. It's crazy outside there. But you're also saying that she will get no people coming over there with those images. Exactly. And you're saying that is not true. That is so true. You do not go out there destroying people's property. They will not touch the Chinese or imagine. It's crazy. And you're saying how much shopping can you get with 10? Oh my God. $10 actually. Let me see. Personally, $10. I'll live with $10 maybe for 2-3 days. 2-3 days. And that is actually me not eating. Maybe lunch, if I cook lunch once, which I can survive with. If I cook lunch that I'll eat like as dinner, tomorrow the same, then the next day the same. But $10 cannot survive. If I am to calculate everything in a day, if I buy bread, milk, if I buy lunchtime, I go maybe get some beef or vegetables, it's not enough, K. Williams. $10 actually, if I buy my detergents, it's not even enough. It's not. $10 is not enough. I went to buy detergents on Saturday and I was like, what? Literally, this money ain't no money anymore. It's worthless. It is worthless. It is crazy. Because also, things are going higher every day. I went to buy detergents and I'm asking for the normal prices I always buy with. Then this guy is like, huh? I'm like, what do you mean, huh? I need the thing I always get, like, the Omo, the washing detergent I always get. And he's like, the price has gone high. I'm like, what? Just like 2-3 weeks ago, I bought the same thing and it was this type of price. Then today it's this. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. But if you come me destroy my property, I'll also get rid of you. I'd get rid of you too. Don't come doing that. People struggle so hard to get where they really are. People have worked so hard. But let me get to the main topic of the day. I want to share this video by Anita Ivy as we get into the main topic, And this came from how is it called? Matt Walsh. Matt Walsh. He said, Black American people, the same thing that Dr. Phil said a couple weeks ago. You do not require reparations, because this is going to make white people sad and all that. And this guy said he added on top, I'd say he had it on top of it, that colonization was the best ever good thing that ever happened to Black American people. And you should be grateful. Let's listen to
this video where we saw Matt Walsh insinuating that African Americans should be grateful that slavery happened.
In fact, it seems rather clear that Black Americans are doing better here today than the ancestral generation.
Are you doing there than you are? Are you doing better? Because we're talking about now. Let's talk about the white supremacy. The effect of the white supremacy on the Black people. Let's talk about the fake Black Lives Matter agenda that was created. That is totally. They do not even. And I've seen actually African people even wearing wristbands that are written that the Black Lives Matter. And I wanted to question this. I saw it with a certain girl, and I wanted to ask her, are you sure what you've worn, you understand the meaning, or is it because it's a term that the white people come up with and we just go along with every term these people come up with? I was surprised when I discovered that the Black Lives Matter agenda is an LGBTQ agenda. It's crazy. But again, I'm like, Okay, say the Black Americans are doing way better.
So 2 weeks
start
ago,
again.
we looked at this video where we saw Matt Walsh insinuating that African Americans should be grateful that slavery happened.
In fact, it seems rather clear that Black Americans are doing better here today than they would be had their ancestors generations ago never been brought to these shores.
Wow.
We can prove this point by simply asking which African country anyone asking for reparations would prefer to live in.
Wow. Can you imagine? Which African countries you Black Americans asking for reparations would you love to come back to? And there's none. None. Keith is a perfect example of him coming to Africa. He has seen Africa. He has interacted with African people. We are in Africa. I am in Kenya. Maria is in Uganda. We do have a network working and we are communicating to you guys. We've given the positive side. I mean, there is the negative side of it, but we have the positive side of it, and which I did speak on a week ago. When Wat was sharing about the videos about the Black Americans who have come and invested, them teaching African people about the history and everything. And then this guy says that Africa has nothing to offer. While you have been stealing everything from Africa. Let's continue, yeah? Let's continue.
Of course, is none of them. I mean, if you go back in time and get rid of slavery from the entire world, you have just, it's impossible to say what the world looks like right now. Actually, what we can say is that we'd all end up worse. All of us today would be in a worse spot if slavery never existed at all across the entire globe.
Wow. 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 White people. Is it white people? I mean, these people, the audacity. White people, it's never enough for them. And this someone who understands its history very correctly. Okay? This is not a stupid person. He knows what he's saying. He has been paid to say it. He knows what exactly, whatever agenda is being told to push on, which is super stupid and nonsensical. I don't know even how to say it, but this is someone who has been educated so well. He understands what they did to Africa, the slavery, the colonization, the hanging, and a lot we can't even talk about. He understands all of it, all of it. And he's using that on us right now. And not just using that on us. That is literally like starting fire. This is actually like this should be burning the Black Americans up. You hear someone talking like this, I don't know, man. This is crazy. This one here, this is crazy. Slavery. Even me in Africa here, I do not slavery. That is the worst thing that has happened to the African people worldwide. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let's continue.
Because a change that significant would likely shift the course of events in a way that would mean none of us would even exist. It would be a world full of other people.
Yeah, so we saw that, and to the best of my ability, I broke down how nonsensical his statements were. If you missed that video, it's linked down below in the description. But onto today's video, which, as you saw by the title of this video, is about Matt Walsh and his statements on colonization.
Colonization was a good thing they did. The conquest and colonization and settling of this land.
The conquest, you mean killing Black people and literally chasing them away and taking over everything you've taken. You're taking now over Africa. The conquest. The conquest
Was overall a good and noble and courageous thing. It is good that it happened, and we should be grateful for it. The people who came here and claimed this land were heroes.
Wow. They were animals, created animals. That is what you are. Let me correct you, brother. No, let me correct you. White man, you ain't my brother at all. You are a white man. That is what you are. A Neanderthal who is just existing, which knew nothing and took our education, and now is talking shit about us. They were heroes. Heroes of who?
Because they work He's looking at a Neanderthal animal, Joby. That's what you're looking at. You're looking at an animal. Well, he's got fur on his damn head. And this is who they are. He has no remorse. They're wicked. He is wicked by nature, Joby. You as an African are finally getting to see him because you have access to media and internet. This is who they are. Not the bullshit your fake ass puppets that taught you. That's why why don't black Americans like the Umzungu? Because we know who the hell they are. We live with these wicked. This motherfucker's wicked as hell. About colonization was great. African people, you had colonies. Everything he's been told lies to. I mean, you had kingdoms, and that's what they hate. See, with them, it's a jealousy thing because they were living in their own shit, their feces, fucking animals, and all other kind of heinous shit they were doing. And
exactly, because that's the next video I want to share still by Ivory, Anita Ivory. She went back to the same guy and told him, because he said Africa has nothing to offer. We have a lot to offer. They don't talk about the kingdoms that they got rid of. They don't talk about.
He keeps saying that because he said, "Hey, you put the despots. Your white people control Africa. That's why it's fucked up. Africa was never fucked up till you white people colonized it. That's why it's all fucked up. You talk about all these African countries. You go back to them, they all shit. You know, they were never allowed to develop because you've been stealing out of there. And you put your puppets in there. That's why Africa's 100 years behind developmentally. Because that's what was meant to do. When you found Africa, you start stealing from it. It was to supply Europe and America and Asia and create them as powers. So not teaching Africans have been in a state of rested development for the last 100 years. They don't know shit, ain't learned shit. So you made them a whole child race of people. Education system hasn't been torn up. That's why you guys are scared too, white man, because there's a wake up happening. Africans have been taught nonsense for 100-something years that, yeah, you're dealing with an uneducated child. That's why they have to burn up shit. They don't even know what the hell's going on. Because these puppets, when they got power, they didn't implement good education. They didn't say, okay, we're going to invest in our youth, our people. And in 20 years, you would have made Africa a power. They wasn't going to do that because they knew the children would get smart and overthrow their ass.
It's crazy. It's super insane. Let me continue with this, then I go to the next video.
It was heroic.
Exactly right, K. Williams. This is the
and they were heroes not because of the other good stuff, but because they came and claimed it.
You see, they came and claimed. See, they worship their ancestors. Yeah, our people came and claimed it, stole shit, raped, beat, and killed you niggas. That's right. You talk about your ancestors, you're evil, you're goddamn. You see how psychotic you are in your head? He's telling you, that's right, my ancestors came and colonized you niggas and did what we did and claimed it. Claim what? Stole? You go to somebody's house, he's calling it a claim. We went to somebody's house and stole shit and we claimed it. That's what they talk about. They don't even call it theft. That's how wicked these motherfuckers are. Go ahead, Joe.
I feel like, do you know what it's giving? It's like him trying to poke Black American people. I don't know how there's how I want to put it, but I feel like I'm being poked. I feel like I'm being poked. It's like someone who's trying to start something out of a truth. I don't even know how to describe it. But these are serious poke here. These are serious poke by using history, knowing you do understand what you did, and then you still want to repeat that, knowing it's wrong.
He don't think it's wrong, Joby. You think it's wrong. He's happy. You keep thinking he don't think it's wrong.
He knows it is wrong. To me, it is wrong. To him, it is right being
yes,
racist. Claiming my history, claiming out that is their nature. I understand that, but I'm saying this is a serious poke to the African people. And if you don't see this, I don't know. You can't be having Dr. Phil, then you have these stupid people. You can't be having all these people just coming up and talking about this all of a sudden about reparations because Black American people are demanding for reparations. Are you serious? And you're like, black, if you get reparations, this is gonna make white people sad. What is rightfully yours is gonna make me. Oh God!
I don't give a shit. They're gonna be sad anyway. Give me my goddamn money.
No.
I wasn't sad when you snatched us out of Africa, raped us and beat us, and goddamn had us work for free. 500, 400 fucking years building this empire. And most of these, and him, see, understand also this no good white man was living in this filth and shit. These white people just came to America in the last 100 years. They wasn't here when it was getting built. These white people were told to come over here when it was already built. They were living in Europe all fucked up. All foul, all fucked up. They don't tell that part. That's up to us to tell the truth. So, for them, I told you, that's who they are, Joby. So, see, the Africans, shout out to that lady, Nigeria, through social media, getting to know who they are. That's who they are, to their core. This is get you worshiping these people thinking they your Jesus. They ain't a good bone in their goddamn body. There's never been no white man has been your God. This who they are.
Super crazy.
So I just came by this video where Matt Walsh was basically talking about how African Americans should be grateful that slavery happened.
In fact, it seems rather clear that Black Americans are doing better here today than they would be had their ancestors generations ago never been brought to these shores.
And we were left alone and had all the wealth. We're doing better now when Mansa Musa was the wealthiest man on the planet. We had kingdom. See, these are psychopaths. Their society, he's a psychopath. That's the naturally, the psychopaths. Go ahead, Joe.
Asking which African country anyone asking for reparations would prefer to live in. The answer, of course, is none of them.
This isn't a very smart argument. It's very narrow-minded. People who make this argument don't think of the bigger picture. This argument of his cannot fly because there are a couple of points or factors that he is not putting into consideration. The fact that after our people were taken away, those that were left behind were colonized and enslaved on the continent. Their civilization process was rudely interrupted and forced to
was destroyed 500 years. It was destroyed, exactly right.
Were destroyed. A vast majority of their history and evidence of their civilization were stolen and put in museums across Europe. Before colonization across Africa, there were numerous grand cities, empires, kingdoms, and the buildings and architectures that were in these kingdoms and empires were insane. Let's take the Benin Empire, for example. Have you heard of the Great Walls of Benin?
They burned down to the ground.
They were about 6,000 kilometers in length and consumed
the biggest structure on the planet.
More material than the Great Pyramid of Cheops. It is estimated that it took the Edo people of Benin 150 million hours to dig and construct the Great Wall of Benin.
They burned it down to the ground and they buried it so no one can find it. The British came in because they wouldn't, the Benin Empire refused to bend to the Europeans. They were not going to bend to you motherfuckers. They came in and burnt the shit down to the ground, killed most of the people, and goddamn burned the city down to the ground, stole all the damn artifacts, and then they buried the city. So you have no goddamn history of it. So only recently people recaptured that history, even in Africa. They've tried to steal your identity. So I tell you savages and all. When we got Joby, like, oh, my ancestors are evil, you come from savages. Are you insane? The white man's a savage.
My bad. I didn't know anything, so please don't attack me.
Benin city walls were at one point 4 times longer than the Great Wall of China. The Guinness Book of Records 1974 edition described the walls of Benin City and its surrounding kingdom as the world's largest earthworks carried out prior to the mechanical era. There are barely any trace of these walls today because during colonization, the colonizers deliberately destroyed the walls of Benin.
They destroyed it.
Was destroyed by the British in 1897, and
1896,
all our
yeah.
ancestors had built was brought to nothingness. Shout out to my Edo people, by the way. As you guys know, I am an Edo girl. Edo is my place of origin. So yeah, this wasn't a hit close to home. This was a hit at home. We also have Great Zimbabwe. She too went through a lot. Her buildings were destroyed. Now all we have are ruins of what the ancestors created. But
Yeah, they
more
say,
unfortunately for
now
Great
they say, oh,
Zimbabwe
black
and our
people, it must have been some Europeans that came down and built this in Zimbabwe. All this crazy shit to you. You motherfucker was living in mud huts sucking your own dicks. That's your history. And I'd love to tell you brutally what it is. Try to debate me, motherfucker. Tell me about those great Europeans. You motherfuckers was sucking your own asses, fucking sleeping with your animals. So the African came and told you how to wash your filthy ass.
from there, the colonizers are presently attributing what's left of what Great Zimbabwe was like
Yeah,
to the
to
works of
aliens and
aliens.
white
The
people.
ancestors of the
Exactly.
Zimbabwean people did this, but they are attributing their hard work, their intelligence, their glory to aliens. They just can't let us have nothing, not even when we are the ones who created it. This reminds me of the Leo Frobenius guy who tried to attribute the glory of Africa to white people. He came to Africa and could not accept the fact that we were as developed as we were when he came. So he came up with this transatlantic theory so he can steal the credit for our civilization and give it to white people. Man was wowed by our civilization but couldn't accept the fact that it was black folks who put together said civilization. I already made a video on this, so if you want to check it out, it's linked down below in the description. It's just crazy how when it comes to African civilization, if they are not trying to take credit for it, they are giving credit to aliens. They are ready to credit anything or anybody for our civilization except our ancestors who pioneered civilization. Mighty shout out to my Zimbabwean brothers and sisters. You guys come from a long line of beautiful, handsome, intelligent, talented, industrious ancestors. I hope you guys are very proud. And we also had the Songhai Empire, Kingdom of Aksum, Kush, Mali Empire, Ghana Empire, the Ethiopian Empire, ancient Egypt, which at the time of our ancestors was called Kemet. We had the Kingdom of Numidia, Kong Empire,
Yeah,
Luba
Kemet.
Empire,
Egypt,
had the
Kemet.
Oyo Empire, who, like the present day Edo people or the Benin people, are in present day Nigeria. We had the Kingdom of Numidia, we had the Kong Empire, we had kingdoms, right, and empires. And all of these kingdoms were doing exceptionally well. But no thanks to colonization, the systems that they had going were interrupted. Not only on the continent, across the globe, right, systems were interrupted. And now we have world hunger and world poverty. Pre-colonial Africans
With
didn't
no hunger,
know.
with no poverty. It's like with no poverty, hunger, no damn Africa. They control that. With nobody starving, no fucking Africa. Now you got slums, all kind of crazy shit because of this no good white. Man, these I love when they talk. They get on their own little personal spaces and talk that shit, that dude there. But when they confronted by somebody no history, they get to shut the fuck up. They get to get mad. I thought we put you to Google. You making me upset. Don't tell me I'm not a great person. Motherfucker, you about to find out in a couple more years too. You white people about to get that ooh-wee. See, time is cyclical, motherfucker. You think as you guys have had ruled in a little short time, the Africans always ruled this bitch. And that's what they're trying to stop now. The Africans will take rule over this motherfucker again. You're not going to be able to stop it. No matter how fuck you think the African looks like an idiot, he's a child like mine. But that energy is changing on the planet. That's why you have to know good masters out there changing the food, introducing shit, blotting out the sun. Because they know the energy on the planet is changing. As the energy changes, the African wakes up. When the wake up happens, wow, you have a bunch of morons become geniuses. Watch out, motherfucker. A bunch of morons become geniuses again. Uh-oh.
Richest man in history is an African man, King Mansa Musa from
He brought him
Mali.
up.
Man was so rich, he was gifting gold everywhere he went, like it was 100 naira.
Oh, yeah, we went poor. We should be sad. That was the #1 library in the world, #1 colleges in the world. But Africa was all fucked up. when you motherfuckers couldn't even read it right. This back when you couldn't read it right, there, white man, in Europe, you couldn't read nor write. And I mean your kings and queens. That even your kings and queens were fucking stupid, illiterate. These are facts. You couldn't read nor write. These are king and queens. And you lived in barns. You didn't have kingdoms. You didn't have palaces. The African taught you how to make a palace, motherfucker. We did that. You know, we did that for you. You should say thank you, motherfucker. Whatever your fucked up white lineage is, you should say thank you and shut your goddamn mouth. That's what you should say to us, you illiterate bastard. You couldn't read right, couldn't wipe your own ass, didn't know how to bathe, sitting around with your funk and your fleas and your lice all in your goddamn head. That's your history.
And they still don't like bathing. I saw a white
still don't like bathing. Still like washing hands. No, they don't like bathing.
I don't know. I had a white lady saying she can take like 5 days without taking a shower, and I'm like, what?
Yeah. Goddamn coochie all stinking, fucking smell like mildew and doo-doo and nice funk. Ain't none of these goofy niggas who land up with these people never admit that. They don't like taking baths. That's a fact about them. Oh, they start taking baths. Hey, you gotta wash your ass. You causing disease. You're filthy. You gotta wash your funky ass. You run around here filthy.
Ethnic groups and cultures also had their own writing system. So, you know, they had their alphabet. On the screen right now is an ancient writing system from the southern part of Nigeria. And this writing system is called Nsibidi.
I'm writing my name in Nsibidi, an ancient system of proto-writing that originated along the Cross River area.
Exactly right, Jimmy Jabba. They would throw a doo-doo out in the street. That's why Europe was full of diseases. African, they were shit and throw right out in the streets. People walking around, shit, walking in the shit, all kind of just filthy. Europe was filthy. Filthy. These are facts. These are facts. That's your history that you tried to hide. But I know your history. African made dope, but I do. I know your goddamn history. Because of me talking that goofy shit.
Was from Cameroon into Nigeria. Nsibidi is indigenous to the...
Okay, I think I'll stop it from there. I won't continue much of it. I think K. Williams has said he shared some of those videos on the WhatsApp, but I didn't know. But yeah, that is what is going on. And personally, I'd say Black Americans, I think you need to be on attack mode at this point, you know. And I'm glad to see actually also African people being on an attack mode, you know, like bringing, like she pulled out facts about the kingdom. So you have the Mali kingdom, we have the Ethiopian Empire, we had
thousands of kingdoms in Africa, Joby.
A lot of them. But today, if you look at the history we're being taught, you know, it's none to do with this kingdom. We thought about how Jomo Kenyatta was a fighter, a freedom fighter, how Mandela was a good person, you know, Mandela was this, only come to think of Mandela was even gay. It is crazy. I didn't know about none of this. If you go question, these are questions you're gonna pull on the streets. None of the people know that Mandela was gay, and that is a fact. Most of the people think of Mandela as a hero because that is the image.
They didn't know he was getting his butt cheeks wrangled. Yeah, Joe, but they know the white man was wrangling Nelson Mandela's butt cheeks. They didn't know that.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But all I would say is that Africans at large need to be on an attack mode because these people are not just attacking there in America. They're also coming back in Africa, attacking the same. They're taking over right now. You've seen them in Jamaica saying now, you niggas born in Jamaica, you ain't Jamaicans, you know, now Chinese have taken over. Can you imagine the audacity? And it's a woman literally talking to you like that. You know,
they are. If you're gonna be weak, Joe, you will be dominated. African people have been weak, and you're gonna be weak. You're gonna be dominated because you're dealing with people with animal genetics. They act like animals play strongest and survivor. The strongest one rules. So if you're gonna act weak around them, I was glad about that. Chinese lady in Jamaica had no problem. That's right. I'm Chinese and Jamaican. It's not an African island. This is a Chinese island. God damn it. Okay, we got 3 people on here. You niggas who don't even live in Jamaica no more left. You ain't Jamaican anymore. God damn, what?
Trust me, it makes me happy when I go to the internet. Then I see. I love your Instagram. I always go to the Instagram of Black on Fire Network to just go watch how white people are being beaten. That shit makes me happy. Just seeing black people ganging up on a white person, it just makes me so happy. I'm like, yeah, that's good. Then you see the description. If you look at the caption of it, they're always like, oh, a white person was assaulted. When a black person is being beaten and choked down by hundreds of police officers, you don't call that as an assault. You literally name it something different. You say that, this guy had a mental issues. He began attacking the police officers, so they had to what?
Exactly. The narrative changed to support them beating them. Exactly. Lie.
We need you need to be on attack mode. These people need to be given facts, and I congratulations to Ivy Anita, stating back, addressing him back with the facts. We had kingdoms, we had a lot. Africa has a lot to show. We might be having the negative side, which is
how's Africa gonna be fucked up when all the wealth was there? That's what the African's been so much uneducated that he didn't understand. He didn't know his own history, that all the wealth was in Africa. So you weren't living in poverty. All the wealth is there. So ideally, he talking straight craziness. You wasn't starving because you knew how to cultivate the land. The farmers were scientists in Africa. Even though starve, how you gonna starve on the richest goddamn land too, as far as feeding everybody? You know, starving in no Africa. It is now because you don't got no control over it. Now there's poverty, hunger, despair, because the Europeans control it. They made themselves rich by stealing the shit out of there.
True. Now, what they do. True. Let me go to the comments very quickly as I get to wind up. I see K. Williams is saying that people are losing their lives and their livelihood, and the mindset over there is backwards. And just saying that I've seen that video. Okay, I'm glad you did. You shared it on WhatsApp, and you're saying very true. And you're also saying that that is their true nature right there. They are our natural born enemies. I see this, man, because I feel like that is an attack to black people. This guy knows what he's doing. That is what I understand.
When you feel it's an attack, it is an attack.
He knows what he's doing.
It is an attack.
He knows what he's doing. That is what I'll say. You say that Joby, nothing wrong with that. They are the top of the savages. Clearly seen, of course. Clearly seen. Clearly, it's them claiming how they killed. It's them claiming, just affirming back. We did this. So what can you do about it? That is what it's giving. We did this. So what can you do about it? You're breaking. You're breaking. I lost your audio over there. Daddy Karibu Sana once again. I didn't say hi, but Karibu Sana. Robert Karibu Sana. You're saying that 500. I can't hear you, Keith. I can't hear you. But you're saying that this asshole is trying to make to move to Tanzania now. This asshole doesn't know what he's talking about, and just saying that 500 years and still the same Black Americans have been in the belly of the beast and still have not wiped us out. It's crazy. And just saying that Juba I say you Karibu Sana. K. Williams is saying that is who they are, Joby. Now you know their true nature. I mean, I've seen it. We've seen that in a couple of videos. I've seen that, but it is crazy. I believe it's so crazy. You trying to affirm your mistakes over and over again, and you think Black people can't do anything about it? Well, I think for me, people waking up, that is way too enough, and the threat is there. You can see the threat is there. They want to keep on, telling us how our history is theirs. They want to keep on reclaiming our history, claiming it is theirs because they see African people waking up and discovering who they are and what they did to us. It's crazy. But Juba is saying that they love with the goats. They love with the goats. They love with the goats, or they live with the goats. Okay, they live with the goats and chickens in the house in Ukraine. Okay, and this is saying that Danny, that if Africa is so sad, is so bad, then why are they white people there? Because of the world, you know. They tell us that because they don't want us to see the reality of the world that is surrounding us, the gold, you know, and all that. Because we see African people, those who can literally get access of mine gold, you know, gold in, you know, mining the gold, they don't even sell it at a good price. They sell it at a very throwaway price because we've not been taught also the importance of the resources we have. We think like, you know, it's just, you know, it's just get money, you know, get money, the fake money. Give away the good thing, get the fake money. That is what we've been living with, and I'm telling you that. Just saying that they are the cancer to the planet Earth, and you're saying that they threw their poop out in the window onto the streets. Jibba. Danny is saying that on the one of my distant ancestors, Mansa Musa, I believe my great grandma was one of his wives. Wow, okay, amazing. And this is saying that Jibba that a white kid said, I am lucky, I'm black. My mom can't tell when I need a bath like his mom tells him to bath because he looks dirty. Damn. This is saying that what did the black person do to get beat? You know, what was that the narrative? Was that the narrative? That's what the narrative is. I know, right? Nothing. The black people always beaten for nothing. You just been beaten, being shot because you're black. That is what we see every day, you know. But when it comes to white people, it's assault. Black people, you have mental illness. It's crazy. Your skin color, it's a threat to people like that. Your history, you actually knowing your history, it's threatening them. It's crazy. And they envy you. They envy us as African people, and we need to be on the know of that. They envy who we are. They envy our history. They envy everything to do with the melanin people. And that's period. And even the African continent, because they didn't have that, they will never have that. Africa will continue being wealthy, and African people will wake up. And that is the end of my discussion for today. Yes, hit the like button. Thank you, K. Williams, for reminding them. Kindly hit the like button. 13 of you in the building, and thank you so much for tuning in. For those who are on the radio station, I've been on the live stream. I've not seen anyone's comment, but thank you so much for streaming live with me right here on Facebook. For those who are on Facebook, those who are on YouTube, asanteni sana. See you guys on the Rhythm Scoop Show. I hope you guys have enjoyed the conversation. But Black American people, I don't know. If it really did exist around the world, all over, these people are the ones who need to go. They need to disappear. They need to disappear. If only those bioweapons they have can literally work against them, all of them, it would be a safe world for the African people. It would be. That is all I'll say as I wind up. But much love. See you guys on the Rhythm Scoop Show. And of course, see you guys on the Africa Today show as well. We shall be doing, I think, the Africa Today show on the network. The network is back. Remember, yesterday it was down. So yes, we shall be finishing, we shall be doing the network over the show over there today. But let me finish up with this banger I had promised to play of JT, courtesy of K. Williams. JT featuring DJ Carter. And yeah, I don't think he's coming, people. Personally, I don't know about that. K. Williams, I've heard he's done some charity right here in Kenya. He's acquired some lands. He started some couple of businesses. Yeah, so that is all I know. But let me see if I can really find it. Let me see if I can find it. JT, the bigger figure. Hope I've gotten the right one. I'm not sure. Okay, I can't seem to find it. I can't seem to find the right song, the one I wanted to share. But yeah, he's done a couple of songs with the DJ Carter. And yeah, he's doing great. That is all I'll say. But much love. See you guys on the Rhythm Scoop Show. Have an amazing, amazing, productive day.
effing messenger. It's the mother effing messenger. It's the mother effing. It's the mother effing. It's the mother effing messenger. Starting out, I just wanted to be the greatest. See my mama creep going through these spaces. Little stage do my dance, make the crowd crazy. They go backstage and I'm watching all these clout nigga faces. So she was a real one, so she had it down to the people. You were rich, they were lame. I know